Hi, my name is Cody Hosterman, and I'm the Technical Director at Pure Storage for VMware Solutions. Today I'm going to give you a preview of my vRealize Orchestrator workflow package for vVols in the FlashArray. We're going to show you running a test failover with VRO. So first we have a couple VMs. These are all VVol-based VMs. They're sitting on my VVol data store, and you can see here I have a replication policy assigned to them. Furthermore, when you take a look at this VM, we see that it has a replication group assigned because it has a replication policy. And this is my platinum group from my FlashArray M50, and it's assigned to the whole VM, so the config and the data vVols. If we look on my array itself, we see that we have my volume groups with my vVols inside of them, and these VMs and vVols are assigned to my platinum replication group, my protection group. This is a consistency replication group on my FlashArray, and it is being replicated to 2 target FlashArrays. Furthermore, if we take a look at my environment, let's look at my recovery site here, and we see that on my virtual switches I have some network set up for actual failover if I want to choose them. So let's kick off the workflow. So this is a workflow I wrote using the replication API in VRO. I'm going to choose my source vCenter. Then I'm going to choose the FlashArray I actually want to fail my VMs over from. So I'll choose my M50 here. And then I'll narrow it down to that replication group. This is the consistency group for the VMs that I'm replicating. I also want to synchronize the data, so I'll leave that as yes. And I'll choose my target FlashArray. You can show it automatically finds out what FlashArrays are in that protection group and allows me to choose one of the 2. I'll choose my target vCenter. And then I'll choose my recovery cluster as well. This narrows it down to only clusters in that vCenter. I can also choose a resource pool. I'll choose my test failover one. If I don't choose one, it'll just go in the default kind of open pool. Also want to choose a folder to put my VMs in. If you don't have any folders created, you can just choose the default folder inside of the target vCenter, discovered virtual machines. I can also choose a network. If I don't choose a network, it'll automatically create a bubble network with no physical network activity called Pure Test Failover. So we'll choose that. We won't choose a network, let it create one for us. And of course, we'll power on the VMs. So let's kick off the test. So the first thing it's going to do is synchronize the data. So it's going to issue a replication synchronization to my FlashArray to make sure the latest copy of the data is at the far side. If we look at my FlashArray, my target FlashArray, my 405, and my protection group, which is my platinum protection group, we can see that there's been a synchronization recently, that test failover. So back to VRO, the synchronization is working on completing. Oh, it's gone. So now we're moving forward and we're executing the actual test failover. The cool thing about this, the test failover is one operation. This is one API call to the FlashArray saying, hey, this replication group, start a test failover. So it's going to take the latest point in time, it's going to present that up, and get those virtual machines ready to be registered and powered on. You can also choose multiple point in times and stuff like that as well in the workflow. I'll be adding that prior to release of this. But yeah, you can choose any point in time in the past as well. The next step is to reassociate the vVols, the new copied vVols, with the target vVol data store. Remember, a vVol data store is just a capacity limit, a representation of an array. It's not a file system or a LUN. And so this is associating those physical volumes with the pointers inside of that vVol data store. So that process is completing right now. And then once that's complete, we'll move on to creating the networks. You can see I don't have that pure test failover network, so it automatically creates that bubble network on those hosts. And then it moves to registering the virtual machines, answering any VM questions that pop up, and then powering them on. You can see it created that pure test failover network already, and there's no physical NIC assigned to it, so those VMs won't interfere with my production VMs running. But as I said, if you wanted to, you could specify a different network that maybe is quarantined or something like that. See, one of my VMs is booting up and getting ready to go, and that'll be done pretty soon. There we go, virtual machine's booted up. And we'll let the other VMs power on and have the VM questions answered and so forth. So once they're powered on, the test failover is complete, right? It's started. I can go and verify my applications. Are they talking to one another right? Did everything come up right? Did I have any scripts or something like that to run? This window pops up when it's ready. And so I can either say no, that'll just kind of end the workflow, or I can cancel it and come back to it later. So I'll cancel it here. Go back to my vCenter inventory and take a look. Is there anything else I want to do? Do I want to verify my VMs? Does everything look right? Looks good. I'm done with the test. So I can go back here, answer the question, say, okay, finish it. Hit yes. This is going to power off those virtual machines. Then it's going to delete them. essentially resetting the test. And the cool thing about this, right, is it supports many-to-many, right? So I can immediately run another test to that same array or a different array, or even while it's run, that test failover is run on one array, I can run it on the other arrays too for those same VMs. The whole replication spec is very, very flexible inside of VVol. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do via workflows like vRealize Orchestrator, or of course PowerCLI. So look for this workflow package to be released. I'll post it on my blog pretty soon with a lot more VVol related workflows, failover, mounting VVol data stores, and so forth. Stay tuned. Thanks a lot.